I'm Cillian. Welcome to my art channel. In this video, I show you how to draw an easy, step-by-step pair of walking feet. Enjoy! Let's take a little walk. We'll outline our feet. So I've included in this picture the bottom of the legs. And I show how the ankle area is a larger circle and the heel is a smaller circle. And the position of this foot is not exactly to the side or front view, it's sort of a 3/4 position. So the middle of the foot is a sort of trapezoid shape, and the front is a more of a rounded half circle shape. So depending on how you're drawing the foot in which position is how much of each part you see. So you see the right foot is in a more of a side view, so we see clearly the ankle circle and then the heel circle, and then that trapezoid going from there to the balls of the feet and the toes above it. So now I'll just outline the shapes all together, and we see how connecting those shapes together brings us the basic shape of the feet. Now we'll just separate the toes and put in the ankles and the toenails. And in this drawing, I start off with pencil to put in the basic darker areas, the shadows and things like that, and then afterwards I go over with color, but instead of the color taking many layers, it takes less layers since some of the darkness is achieved with the regular pencil underneath. So here you see how I accentuated underneath the foot with darker areas, and the spaces between the toes are even darker, and the part of the leg in the left foot, we see the front of the leg is darker and the toes are overshadowed by the leg. So if you have a reference photo that you're copying the picture of your legs that you want to draw from, you will note which parts are darker, and it would really be darker pink, or whatever color the legs, whichever color the person's legs are, the darker pink areas and the lighter pink areas, you see what is the more shadowed, since it wouldn't necessarily show up in such gray color. We're just doing it gray for these purposes. So here I used the stump and I blended the shadowed areas that I put in, and now I start going over in pencil, using a brighter pink pencil for the darker areas, the pinker parts of the foot, which is the bottom of the heel, bottom of the toes. And like any colored pencil drawing, this does take a lot of layers, but it's a little faster since I skipped part of that by using graphite pencils first. So here I take a lighter colored pink, and I switched off between lighter and darker pinks, all different shades, until I got the kind of color that I liked. And the areas that were lighter pink, because they were brighter in the light, got those lighter colors, and the areas that were darker got the darker colors mostly. But they are somewhat blended together in use. So I did use some of the darker colored pencils in the lighter areas, just because they stay lighter anyway, since they don't have the undershadowing. So there was a bit of yellow tone to the skin in the pictures of the feet that I was copying from, and I included that in specific areas, mainly around the heel and the toes, balls of the feet. If you have solvent or anything that you could use to blend your pencil colors, that's always very helpful. Personally, at this point, I don't use it yet, but I've heard of people using all kinds of oils for it, coconut oil, baby oil. So if you like to have a smoothing look on your finished pencil drawing, you can use those very sparingly with a Q-tip or a paintbrush. You can just dip those very lightly into oil and brush it over your pencil work so that it gets a smoother, blended, finished look. So the edges of the feet did have a lot of light shining through them. So I did take my erasers and touch up the edges with the eraser so that they would appear lighter, since they are outlined somewhat in a dark color of pencil. I did try to take off here and there those edges. And also using a light pencil and the blending stump, I did blend those colors of the feet together. This is a mechanical eraser, so it really cuts into the colored pencils and is able to take away color even with what a regular eraser can't really do. So I was able to put in highlights in specific areas using the mechanical eraser. And add some details to the feet, like veins and other spots underneath the foot in different areas. That was a lot easier with the mechanical eraser. And then I just touched up those areas with more color afterwards, just to make them lighter, not to be without color altogether, but just to have lighter color in those erased portions. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.